I would like, first of all, to thank you all for welcoming me to this meeting. My first thanks and congratulations go to Valentin, to Jean, and Bogdan for having organized so successfully this event, and also, if I may say, for the perseverance and the continuity they have shown in developing these programs over many years. When we started in the Council of Europe this initiative, we were keen on identifying good partners that felt the motivation, that found our initiative important, that took it for themselves and would promote in our member states. We were quite happy to find such good partners, and I think that we made the right choice, because over the year this has continued, this has improved, this has expanded, and keeps attracting motivated people. So I think it was a good choice, and at the same time, of course, we are grateful for your commitment to this initiative. The Council of Europe at the beginning also contributed financially and provided obviously the basic materials. The concept of Leadership Academy was developed primarily within the Council of Europe and then was proposed to national associations of local authorities and other partners. We also had experts that took part in the event, but over time, as we hoped, and we can see it has worked, over time we wanted that ownership of this initiative moved from the Council of Europe to associations and to mayors themselves. And we are quite happy, so to speak, to see that this has worked. We know of the involvement, of course, of the Hans Seidel Foundation. We are quite happy to see also that their partnership keeps continuing and growing. We have not met before this meeting, so we could not coordinate our speeches, but you said exactly what I wanted to say. But since I have prepared the speech, I will repeat now what you have said. Why is, in a sense, why is leadership important? It is important for the reasons that you have identified, for the reasons that you have summarized, because good leadership means effective local authority. Good leadership means that the management of the local authorities is functional, you take the right decision, you involve the right people, you motivate your collaborators, you have results, and you are accountable for those results to the community. And what matters indeed is that effective local authority is effective democracy, because this is democracy in action. You are elected, you are appointed, you take up your responsibilities, but you, at the same time, you execute your responsibilities in the right way, involving people, talking to people, responding to people's needs, and after 3, 4, or 5 years, you go back to the people and say, here is my results, here is my achievement as a mayor. Did you like it? Do you like it or not? You vote for me again, or you change the team, but here is the, in a sense, the outcome. And this is good for democracy. Effective leadership, good management at local level means effective democracy. In this way, as you said, people believe in democracy because they practice it. They see it in action. They see what it brings at local level. And effective democracy at local level is the foundation of democracy at all levels. Because if you believe in democracy at the local level, of course, you believe in democracy as such, you take part in elections, you motivate yourself, you may also take part in political life, you're a member of a party, you take initiatives. It is essential that citizens have access to democracy at local level through effective local democracy, through your effective leadership. So you are instrumental, you and your colleagues, you are instrumental in making this function. And I'm saying so on behalf of the Council of Europe, because some of you may think, what is this? Council of Europe, Brussels. There's a book on Brussels. Well, not quite Brussels. Council of Europe is broader than the European Union. We have 47 member states, which in our organization is the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. It's a member of the Council of Europe. So we bring this message to a broader audience than the 28 member states of the European Union. And we do it because we are an organization that promotes human rights, what we call the rule of law, and democracy. And we believe that across the whole continent, It is essential that these values are upheld, these principles are constantly reiterated and are constantly upheld. And when problems and conflicts and difficulties arise, as you have said at local level, but also at the higher level, of course, dialogue and cooperation enable to overcome those difficulties in the name of the fundamental principles that bring us and keep us together. When the Council of Europe was established 65 years ago, it was established with the purpose of creating greater unity between the peoples of Europe, with a view to promote their social and economic well-being and protect and maintain peace. 65 years later, I think that these goals remain as valid as they were 65 years ago. We need greater unity between our peoples to promote their social and economic development and well-being, and still we have to maintain peace across this continent. You see it very often at local level. It is a fact of life that there are conflicts between neighbors, between areas of your municipality. A quarter that says I am less or poorer than another one, we need more investment for it, etc. It is normal that people have different views in a municipal council. Of course, you are a leader, you are elected on a platform, and people think differently. You have to mediate. That's normal. At a higher level between nations, it is the same. I think that this goal of harmony, stability, and peaceful coexistence has to be renovated constantly. It is not acquired once and for all. It is also a question of generation. Those who fight for freedom then bring freedom to those who come after them, for which freedom is an obvious, it's a fact of life. So if a difficulty arises, the next generation has not the experience of the previous one, has to fight again for making these principles prevail. I would say also leadership, in a sense, has to be constantly renovated in front of new challenges. I say that because for us, operating at local level, promoting this kind of maturity of local authorities across Europe, not only in this country but also in other countries, is a major goal. Because in order to achieve the goal of democracy for our nations, we have to constantly renovate, improve the quality of democracy, of democratic governance at local level. That explains why the Council of Europe has been behind or ahead of you in this process. Also why? Because I am occasionally, from time to time, with you to support the work that you are conducting, confirming that for us it remains a priority, and also for congratulating you individually because of your achievements. You will leave this meeting with new knowledge, new understanding of issues, practice that you have exchanged, you have learned from each other, a network of trust and friendship among yourselves. You have come to know and trust and to identify new friends. And I only hope that you will remain in touch. The solution that has been mentioned of a blog, an internet, web page, whatever, to enable you to talk is a good, practical, very topical, up-to-date tool that can be implemented very easily. It takes time and commitment. People leave meetings like that, say, of course we will stay in touch. Sometimes they don't, because they have other issues. Sometimes it requires a leader among leaders to keep this work, this network operational. Someone that talks to the others, asks for comments, reacts to my proposal. But whatever it is, and whichever way you implement it, I think that when you leave this meeting, you should leave with a satisfaction of having done a good job, have learned a lot of interesting things, and continuing in this way. It may look and sound like a big statement, maybe out of proportion with the situation you are confronted with. But in a sense, you can come back home saying, Europe is with us. What we do, what we have learned, what we will continue to do in the future is a small yet fundamental contribution to making this Europe more cohesive, more cooperative, and in a sense more humane. You lead people. And I would remind a word not of Machiavelli in Brussels, but of Jean Monnet. When he was asked what was this new coal and steel community that he had proposed, and he was the first president of the high authority of the coal and steel community, he said, we do not put together the states. We make people work together. We are not creating an alliance of states. We are creating a community of men and women. It was not by chance that this association of states, we call ourselves council. The next creation was a community, European coal and steel community. So it is important to understand that what we are doing, me and my colleague in Strasbourg and you at your level, of course, is contributing to this, creating a Europe of women and men that believe in the same ideals and strive to achieve the same goals. Thank you very much.